Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guide in Niger Englishman, and we are back here, Tunnel TV settings. And it's been a while since we've done one of these live streams, but we're gonna be back more consistent with them, at least 2 or 3 a week, just to give you guys more and more entertainment. But obviously on the week-to-week basis, we've got our match reactions. There's definitely some Premier League and AFCON, a mixture of reactions this weekend, but we're going to get into it. Don't forget to smash the like button, my people. Share, comment, and subscribe. And just the little things you do as an audience brings more viewers to our channel. So please help out whether you're watching now or watching on the replay. First of all, I've got to introduce my panel. A few of them got a little bit of camera shyness and gone off the screen, so we'll introduce them when they're back. But first of all, my I guess he's now my enemy now. Mm-hmm. Actually, he's always my enemy. What am I talking about? He's always my enemy. Club, country, we're swinging it out every time on these screens. Welcome to the show. Man like Ivorian Spice in the building. How you doing, bro?
I'm a good brother, man. Big up to everyone that's tuning in right now, on Tunnel TV, man. I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to this AFCON, especially to the fact that I even in my own household, there will be rivalry. Online, if my guys or Niger Englishman, we won't be friends on the day we play each other. I won't even know you, Don't even message me.
You have problems in your own household, and you're talking about Niger Englishman. Your babe don't flog you inside house. See you. Don't worry about Niger Englishman. Hey, but yeah, welcome to the show, my guy. And yeah, that's gonna be one hell of a day. I'm sure we're gonna be getting the match reactions, me and you on the stream, regardless of what the results are. But welcome to the show. Also, Mr. CBS himself, he's blowing up all over the streets. This is his time. Mr. AFCON himself, Jogo, Afro, all that stuff. My guy, we also know him as the Professor, and somehow, some way, he supports Crystal Palace. Welcome back to the show. We got man like Mbizo in the building. How you doing, my bro?
I'm good, my guy. Despite that double-edged introduction, on one hand it was marvelous, but you had to sneak in the Crystal Palace thing.
I had to sneak it now. You know me now. You know the way now.
No, I'm here, my brother. Thank you for having me as always, guys.
No, pleasure, bro. Pleasure. And we're going to chop up this AFCON tournament. Also, we got my man. I don't know if he's on screen or he's chopping rice or bono soup in the background. Who knows? But he's going to join us at some point. We got man like Akbos in the building, guys. So, it's international time. Big competition. No matter what certain managers in the Premier League think, this is a big competition. Africa is going wild right now. AFCON. And it's starting this weekend, guys. First of all, tell what are you most excited about going into this tournament, Mbizo?
My brother, for me, I think in the time that I've been watching AFCON, I don't think I've seen a tournament that's been so prestigious on a global scale. I mean, obviously, you've just discussed it here. Some Premier League managers have a problem. Some European football, execs and coaches and so on have an issue. But on a global scale, I think that it's extremely well marketed. It's extremely it's being paid attention to. And let's be frank, I think there's some bigger names in this one than ever before. Yes, a lot of that is down to the fact that you have a lot of, European-born players who have decided now to go back and represent their country. But it's also because the level of football on the continent is rising. The level and the quality of our football is going up across the board, as I believe it is all around the world. So, yeah, man, I'm just excited to have this football festival, 2024, starting with a bang, bro.
Do you know what? I know there's a certain man that's super excited about this tournament because it gives him kind of an opportunity to be distracted for what's going on in club. Even though his team play on the same day as his country, and Mbizo, how are you feeling about this tournament coming up? Where's your head at?
You mean Ivorian Spice, you mean?
Sorry. Ivorian Spice, sorry, man. Too many streams back to back, guys. Got me confused. So Ivorian Spice.
Do you know what it is, guys? Oh, it's the fact that I get to witness my country host the African Cup of Nations, Coupe d'Afrique, for the first time in my life. And it happens to be in a country that's very vibrant, that loves to dance, love to eat, like to enjoy their time. So I know everyone that's coming down to Ivory Coast is going to have a very good time, because our people, we will welcome you, we'll give you the best food for you to enjoy. But I'm just hoping that, just like I want every match, every stadium to be full, I just hope that they make the ticket accessible even for those who can't afford it, because again, I stress it out. I hate seeing at times in certain games when we've been watching African Cup of Nations in the past, especially of recent, of empty stadiums, and it's due to politics and ticket prices. But I'm excited, The only reason why is because we're hosting it. For my team, it's a different story, because I'm not 100% confident going into the tournament, and we've got a good group.
Wait, is Pepe in your squad, by the way?
Pepe is in the squad. Pepe will be there, man. There's too much politics in there, man. There's too much politics in that selection, man. Certain players that shouldn't be there are there. But let me not bring out the negatives, man. But yes,
okay.
Big up Ivory Coast 2024. You get me?
Who knows? I might still be sneaking over there for the tournament. Watch this space. If you see me on some screens, guys, do not be surprised. Akbos, how do you feel? How are you feeling? Are you feeling encouraged coming into the AFCON nation, or are you as worried as I am every time you see our cartel looking like coach? Where's your head at?
Well, for me, the AFCON is up there when it comes to football. For me, I think one of my very earliest memories has been always watching the Super Eagles play. So for me, there is always going to be this euphoria every time I have an opportunity to see the Super Eagles play. So going into this AFCON, I'm not as optimistic as I would have been in the last couple of years, because you agree with me that a lot of Nigerians are not optimistic with this current Super Eagles, and it's not down to just the players' abilities alone, but a lot of out of it issues that we've seen play over time against in the last couple of years. So for me, I'm always worried every time it's the AFCON, because we know the expectation is usually supposed to be high in terms of the talent we have at our disposal. But we know the administrative issues that are surrounding the Nigerian football, and it's not just the Super Eagles now. When you look at the AFCONs, it's the same thing. The under-17s, the under-23s, it's been lingering on for years and for ages now. So we are not very optimistic, but we also want to see the Super Eagles play. We also want to watch the AFCON. And what I was telling Mbizio a couple of days ago was this, that a lot of times where people have written the Super Eagles totally off, that is when they come on, to showcase something. The last time we won it in 2013, we were not given any room. I think they even booked our return ticket even before the game with Ivory Coast. It was that high. That's to tell you that even the FA people were not optimistic. That's to tell you how the feeling that was surrounding the Super Eagles was. So for me, I'm just hoping that just maybe that could be some kind of positive energy for the players to draw something from, and go out there and make the Nigerian people proud. Because like you said something about the coach. Personally, I would say very early on this stream that we don't have a coach with the Super Eagles. I'm just hoping that our talent alone will get us over the finish line. And that is just like a 1 or 2%, or let's say 5% hope for me.
Our nationality is Vibes. That's the country we come from, this AFCON. Vibes. That's the name of our country, because we're just vibes right now. And Akpos, I could see it in you. I could hear it in your voice. There's no real belief. You're just hoping for that kind of miracle that we saw those years ago with Keshi. I know I'm there too. Where that game, that was the one tournament where to this day I could not tell you how we won any of those games. I couldn't tell you how we even won any of those games, but we won the whole bloody tournament. And it's going to take that type of miracle for this team to get into gear, because we have Hey man, let me not start. We're just doing the intro. Sorry.
I think
No,
this
Nigeria
time
just gets me.
This time around, it's even more difficult because we don't have a coach that understands African football. During 2013, we had how would I say, a genius when it comes to African football at our disposal in Stephen Keshi. Somebody who has not just done it in Nigeria alone, but he has gone to other African countries and he has shown that, yes, I understand African football. I know my stuff. And I think that is a very big disadvantage for us also. So I'm just hoping totally on the players' ability, totally on the support that we get from Nigerians who will be in Ivory Coast and also from Nigerians back home here. So that is my only hope right now. In the manager, from what I've seen so far, bro, don't expect anything from this manager.
Optimistic as all of us Nigerians are, Akpos. Big up, man. So don't forget to smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, I don't know, hope your mic has sorted out, but how are you feeling coming into this tournament? Are you excited? Are you indifferent? Are you, let's see what happens? Are you depressed thinking about Nigeria to participate? Where's your head at? Where are you at?
Sorry, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Okay. So I think for the tournament in general, I'm happy that we can see African football back and enjoy African football for a couple of weeks. But with Nigeria, like you guys said, it's all vibes and inshallah. We just pray God helps us. Like, we are just hoping and praying. We are supposed to be doing the work on the pitch, but I think it's just all hope and prayers for us that these boys can perform. And like Akpo said, the manager, I don't know what the NFF is doing, getting a manager that knows nothing about African football. But we've been there before, and we've been complaining about this for a while now. But at the end of the day, we have the quality in the team. We have the players that, if they can step up and play well, we can go far in this tournament. And I just think the likes of Osimhen getting the goals for us, but I don't see where any confidence is coming for Nigeria, because the players we are able to get into the tournament. Look at our
wait. Do you know why I'm laughing? Right? Do you know why I'm laughing? Because look, there's been so much enthusiasm for the non-Nigerians in this stream, but the Nigerians are like, oh yeah, it's but not really.
and I don't know why this one, where is he? Is he on this side? I don't know why this one is acting humble in the stream, because he's busy violating us in the WhatsApp group.
Of course.
Bro, I have to do my job on there. I have to do my job more on there. And you know, when it's game day, it's different, different vibe, different feeling.
The animal comes out, I mean.
You understand? But we need to do a reality check, and we need to tell ourselves the honest truth. We know we don't expect much from this team right now, because our preparation has not been there in terms of the manager. You know, you need to have a technical crew where you could potentially look that if things start going wrong for the team, you could turn to your manager to, make that substitution or two that would change the tide of the game. But I don't think Jose Pesero is the man for that. I think the only thing that we can say about this guy is when they got him for the Super Eagles, in quote, the former leadership of the NFF said he was recommended by Jose Mourinho. I think the only thing he has in common with Jose is the name Jose. That's the only thing he has got in common with Mourinho.
Look, the only thing we should be asking this guy is more kilos, Hefe, more kilos. But yeah, I think let's deal with the elephant in the room. And I think it's only right we start with the group that. So I don't know, is this the group of death or a busy? I don't know. Let's start with the first group. It has Nigeria in there. It has Ivory Coast in there. It also has, who else is in that group? It has Guinea and Guinea-Bissau and Equatorial Guinea in the same group. So in previous AFCONs, I say there'd be a little bit of a haggle to who would be the favorite for that group. But Mbiza, I'm gonna let you answer this question. Obviously, 4 teams in this group. Nigeria are typically the giant of Africa, as people like to call us. But who do you see as the favorites of this group, and why?
Not just the favorites of the group, but the favorites, my personal favorites for the tournament. I have them down as winning it. I think if I'm Ivorian Spice, I'm disappointed if at least we don't make a run deep into the tournament, a semi-final, final maybe. But I have them down to win it. So I think that, especially with Nigeria's injury woes, with their coaching woes, and a lot of
just woes up and down,
just woes going on in the Nigerian camp. I think that they come through in second, but even that is touch and go. You know, these gents from Bissau, they don't let any African team walk all over them, and both Ivory Coast and Nigeria, if they want to compete against those two teams, will need to earn their points. So my expectation is that Ivory Coast tops the group, followed by Nigeria. That's my expectation. Anything less than that would be a grave disappointment for both of those teams. And then I expect the two Guineas to fight. I expect them to put up a fight, but I don't expect them to have the fortitude to compete with either of those two giants.
Ivorian Spice, do you think Nigeria and Ivory Coast could in a way be a little bit complacent in that group, because they are kind of the outright favorites for the group? Do you think there's a chance from watching them maybe to be a bit complacent and slip up and not get through? Or should this be comfortable?
It's really easy to get complacent when you're looking at Ivory Coast and Nigeria as being one of the favorites both being favorites to qualify through the group, and especially the fact that we're playing against a lower league nationally ranked team like Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. But never again, just don't be naive, because we know African Cup of Nations, especially in the group stages, and we know the scoreline tends to be a 1-0 win, maybe a 2-0 or 3-0, depending on the opposition. And we know that when small teams come to play against us, they play at their very best and they're tough to beat, and you have to grind a result against these teams. But on the flip side, I definitely think that both of us are favorites, and we're most likely going to be going through. It all goes down to the game between us two, which is Nigeria versus Ivory Coast. So it's to determine who would actually be the favorites to finish first. But let's not be naive.
Wait, is that our second or third game?
I believe it should be our second game, right?
Second. That's an interesting game.
So it's all about what we do in the first game. So for both of us, Nigeria and Ivory Coast, it's about what we do in the first game, and we'll play.
So we'll call a truce for that second game, get a little draw, spud, and then we'll go and win our last game. You know what I'm saying, bro? Hey. We've got to play the game now. Let's not stress ourselves unnecessarily now. Let's draw that one. If we meet again, we'll just deal with that one then. Do you understand?
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? I think Ivory Coast did play Nigeria back I think when you guys hosted it in Nigeria. And that was a game where we happened to lose. So I think the Ivorians probably personally want to take revenge on that on their own whole soil. Because I told my woman, if you can
bro, you are going too far. You are going too far.
No.
You are going too far. 2013.
Thank you, Akpos. I was waiting for you to interrupt you.
I've been looking at you. I've been looking at the videos. You think the Super Eagles is going to Abidjan to lose to Ivory Coast?
No. You're coming here to lose. You cannot watch your own area. There's no way. I told my woman, there's no way you can go to our own homeland.
No matter how we don't expect anything from the Super Eagles, we are not going to Abidjan to lose to.
No, you'll come to Abidjan to eat some chicken.
Talk your talk, bro.
And then lose, you know. That's what I'm gonna say. There's no
Ivorian Spice. There's no confidence in that your voice. Yo, why you shake? Why is your voice shaking? Why your voice is shaking?
Free Nigerian fans. It's not easy.
Ivorian Spice. Let me give you a tip for free.
Hey.
I'm a neutral Ivorian Spice. I'm a host.
This one is for free. This one is for free. Ivory Coast will not beat Nigeria in that group game.
I think we could, you know. Let's just say.
See, there's no confidence. I think we could, you know.
On top of the
that's the course I know.
We are not together in this. This is not Manchester United news, so I think I will continue beating you guys.
We will beat you guys in our own home stadium. There's no way. We will take our revenge.
There's a comment you need to put up. The one coming from Lukman, please. It's a reminder
This
of
one.
Ivorian fight.
He tried to bypass that. Lukman says we beat Ivory Coast last time we won it in 2013.
In 2006 in Egypt, so it's okay.
Ivorian fight. Let me give you a reminder.
Something from a decade ago. That's how you need to know how dire it is.
See,
that was the last time we played them, Bizo. What are you talking about there? Please calm down.
It was a decade ago.
Is it our fault that we played them a decade? Is it our fault? Is it our fault they've been running from us since? Is it our fault that they don't want the smoke? They don't want the smoke since. Do you get me? Is it our fault?
That team was the very best. Was the very best Ivorian team I've seen play.
Tell them, Drogba Day, the Torre brothers Day.
You cannot beat us with.
What are you talking about?
We'll beat you with this team.
But you were stronger. You were also stronger then.
What do you think?
You were also stronger. You were also stronger.
Mbiza, I don't. Where are you from, Mbizo? Where are you from? What's going on? I don't like this one. I don't like this one.
He's African. In fact, I can even believe that Mbizo even speaks French, man.
You're now giving American answers. Where are you from? I'm from Africa. I'm from the land.
See?
Merci.
Thank you.
Please.
Yes.
We are cultured.
See, but
we are cultured.
Mbizio and Ivorian. I was just trying to make my point.
Yeah.
That Ivory Coast team of 2013 was the golden age of the Ivorian national team. I've not seen any team as good as that one, and they could not beat us. So the only thing you have at your disposal now, it's, let's say, I know we will not have
home court advantage. That's it now.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
We won't have up to 1,000 Nigerians in Alassane Ouattara Stadium in Abidjan come Thursday. We won't have up to 1,000. So let's say you have almost 60,000 capacity of the stadium. But even with that, you are not going to beat the Super Eagles on Thursday.
The Elephants will capture the Super Eagles with their trunks.
The Eagles will fly.
And that shit in the ground and stamp on it. I'm telling you that now. And if you want to fly around, we'll get some water with our trunk and blow water in your face. You get me? There's no way.
No problem. No,
guys, in case you guys were under the impression. Sorry, guys. In case you were under the impression we were doing a proper AFCON preview, we're lied. Now, Niger and Ivory Coast, stay here, and we'll sprinkle the other nations across this show. But now the two that they only know. Let's be honest. Let me not lie to you. You know when you just put that as the announcement, I'll just announce it so everyone knows the tournament we're talking about. But the nitty-gritty of this show was Ivory Coast versus Nigeria, and it just so happened we're in the same exact group. So first of all, Ivorian Spice. I want to know because you I don't know, you got a little bit of swagger, but I'm not believing it yet. Maybe with this, the answer to this question, I might start to believe. Who are the 2-3 key players you see helping you or needing to be at the top of their game for you to go all the way, or if not far in this tournament? Who are the 2-3 players?
We definitely rely on Frank Kessie to have exceptional games in midfield to win.
What country does he even play in anymore, by the way?
Oh, come on, let's not do that. Just because he plays in the Saudi Arabia.
I'm asking a question. I didn't know. It's the honest, but it's an honest question. I didn't know. So it's Saudi. That's what you're saying. It's Saudi. Okay, at least you've now told me. You've now told me now. I was asking.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have the quality. This is former Barcelona, AC
Patrick,
Milan
I just asked a question. I just asked a question.
Don't do that. Please.
Now I know. Now I don't have to ask that question again. Sorry, continue.
Let's not do that. Okay, Frank Kessie. And of course, we've got our striker up front, Sebastian Haller. But I'm looking forward to seeing Diamande as well, a young centre back, and hopefully the manager as well, because we do have a new manager coming in. That's the only thing. And you guys are unsure about your manager, and our manager is testing himself.
No, we don't have a manager, bro. You pretend
you don't have a manager.
No, we don't. Yeah.
So what's going on?
No, there's just one guy. Obviously, you know these cartel bosses, they're influential, bro. They can just pose as whatever they want, innit? So it's like intimidation tactics. Yes,
I see. But yes, we both of us got managers who's going to go into this team competition, not really being experienced. But the thing about our current manager, he was assistant for French national team, and he's been out there an assistant for PSG. So he's been involved in high level management in football. So I'm looking forward to see what he can establish in the team, and let's hope that within the last couple of days he's grasped the culture of Ivory Coast as well, the African football as well, the nitty gritty of toughness of African football with a little bit of pinch of European based football. And I hope that our players as well, because there's been so many competitions where they've never really taken it serious and actually just listened to the coach himself, because of course they let their ego play a big part when it comes to team selection and the way they want to perform and play, not to the country and the team's strength, but just to their own strength. So I'm hoping this time, because they're at home, the magic, the feeling, the juju of Ivory Coast will ensure that nobody will score goals.
Guy, they call juju already. Competition not even kick off. They call for juju for help. Can you see? And we're supposed to be worried about this guy.
Just to get to the final. Just to get to the final. But yes, I have confidence. Mainly
juju doesn't sound like confidence, but whatever.
We're at home and we got good players as well. So at the end of the day,
your eye go clear. We're on spice.
He's saying he has confidence in the juju.
Okay, I'm getting you. As in, I won't juju pass your own. No, just know that one. We don't fly them across overseas. Hey.
Our masquerades will be on the pitch. We'll see who's juju stronger.
Bro. Hey, please, YouTube, don't cancel us. So now just banter. Just they talk. No, be real something. But smash the like button, my people. Share, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. The more likes that it gets, more people are going to be exposed to the channel to allow us to provide more and more great content. But Ola, obviously, all I really heard was Frank Kessie, who plays in some league. I don't know, but Ola, in terms of you, where do you think where can Nigeria, even though we're confused about our style of play, our manager, who our starting lineup is, just a few things, who are some players that you think we need to rely upon and reach to turn to if we're gonna have a successful tournament? Obviously, we're gonna have an individual topic on Osimhen, so let's not talk about him just yet. Other than Victor Osimhen, who else needs to really shine for Nigeria to have a chance to progress in this tournament?
I think defensively, the likes of Ola, and Calvin Bassey, I want to see them play really well. Like going forward, Ola, will provide a lot. Like we can see what he's doing for Nottingham Forest, even though they are down the table in the Premier League, but you can see what he offers going forward, and he can create the chances, some crosses. And I think Victor Boniface is a very huge miss for Nigeria. It would have been perfect to have him in the tournament, but he is injured. But Murphy coming in to cover for him, I think that's another talent that we've not really seen. And
I'm surprised he didn't come anyway, to be fair. I don't know if he started slow this season or not, and Biza maybe could tell me more about that, but I don't know why he wasn't on the plane already.
He's a player that could step up and take his chances if he gets them. And in midfield, I think we are lacking in midfield, but the likes of Alex Iwobi can still step up in this game. In this tournament, Ndidi is injured, so we don't know if he's going to be back for the first game or the second game, but we just need every single player. I think every player needs to step up and show the fight. Like I always say, in football, you don't always win, but show the commitment, show the fight. For the 90 minutes, show the fans that you can give your all. And once you can give your all, I think the rest, the remaining, the goals, the assists, the defensive attributes, everything will come out in due time. So we just need to step up. Like you said, Victor Osimhen, that's another topic, but he also is going to be very influential for us in this tournament. And we need all hands on deck. And even though we know we don't have a coach, like I've really had the chance to convince us that we have a coach, but we don't. But even though
we know Gree, coach
I
no
think
day.
Players individually could step up and create something that they will be proud of for life, because if you win an honor for your country, I think that's the biggest you can do, by winning an honor for your country and showing everyone in your country that yes, I am good enough to play for Nigeria and give us the results we need.
Yeah, something needs to give with this team. I don't know if a group of the last winners need to come and do a team talk before. I don't know, but there needs to be something above the manager that the players are fighting for to get this done, because I just don't believe it. There's not one game I've watched since he's been there. I just don't believe it. Even the 10-0, I think we won 10-0 one game. How can you watch a 10-0 and still be disappointed? Does that even make sense?
It was 12-0.
12-0, sorry. And still, is that even possible? It's like when Jackson scored a hat-trick in the Premier League and people were criticizing him after a hat-trick. These certain things in football don't usually happen. But for Nigeria, it's just expect the unexpected. Like the fact that nobody is really expecting anything of us. And Akpos might be right. That might be an encouraging thing for us for a change. Just like go and surprise all the way to the final. We hope, we pray. But anyone on the panel, there's because Ola talked about Calvin Bassey, and for me, I have a bit of an issue with him. Like Akpos knows my issue with this guy, but I want to ask the panel: where do you think he's best suited for this Nigerian national team? As a left back, as a centre back, where is he better utilized for this Super Eagles team?
Well, if I want to go first, I think I've watched him play lots of times. And I would say I've not been really convinced the times I've seen him play as a left fullback for me. I think it's been exposed because I don't think he has that enough speed to return every time he goes forward. So for me, I think the position I've seen him play in a very more comfortable way, it's playing as a left centre back, where he could turn to his left side and could use a stronger left foot for me. And I think if he's going to start the AFCON, it needs to be paired with a more experienced defender in the person of William Troost Ekong. But for me, I think his best position is playing him as a left centre back. And I'm looking at the other guys we have at our disposal in terms of the fullback positions. We have Zaidu Sanusi, who, in my opinion, I think is one of the top fullbacks out there.
Definitely.
Exactly, one of the top fullbacks out there. We have Bruno Yemeshi, exciting player also going forward defensively. Ola Aina can also play at that left side. So for me, I don't want to see Calvin Bassey anywhere near the fullback position. The manager needs to, stick him in the middle for me.
Mbiza, are you in agreement on that, or do you have something different when it comes to that player?
I wasn't initially, but then after Akpos explained the kind of options that Nigeria seem to have down the left side, it makes complete sense. I've never been a particularly huge fan of Calvin Bassey, but that's also because, as Akpos rightly pointed out, I had been seeing him at left back,
especially at Ajax.
Especially at Ajax, I thought he was a very suspicious character. And then when I've seen him play for Nigeria as well in that position, I haven't been particularly impressed. But he's having a good season, isn't he? When I've watched him play for Fulham, he's doing really, really well. I mean, he seems to be not just playing well, but I see him commanding the defense. I see him sending people to close down. I mean, he's being a real leader. So look, if he brings to the Super Eagles what he's brought to Fulham, then I think you're looking at a very strong defense. So let's wait and see. But yeah, I think I agree with Akpos in short. Yeah.
Like just so Brian Spice doesn't feel a bit left out with some of these questions I'm asking. There are two wingers that are going to be at the tournament that some Premier League fans could say they're kind of forgotten since they don't play there anymore. They've gone off to, I don't know if they're in the same. Are they both into? I don't know where Pepe is. Never know overnight. But Zaha is there. I know. Is this a tournament built for these guys to light it up and show I'm back in my home country? I might have been forgotten from the Premier League, but there's life after the Premier League. Let me show you what we're about. Are these two players that you're excited about raising their game and showing up for their country?
No, because they've never, ever turned top for the country as well, man. Especially Nicolas Pepe, even Wilfred Zaha. I'm not too sure if Wilfred Zaha didn't come. As I remember from the selection, Wilfred Zaha, no,
Is he not? Oh, he's not on the list. Oh, wow.
Politics. There's been like I said before.
So they took politics. Pepe and left Zaha. Swear down.
Listen, I've never been convinced of Nicolas Pepe, even when he was at Lille before he joined Arsenal. I watched him play, and then when he was scoring his 20 goals in that season against Lille, for Lille, and then played that African Cup of Nations, and I looked at myself and said, "This is the £8 million that Arsenal has spent." I was never convinced. It's just the concentration level when it comes to him that I was never convinced about. And even for Ivory Coast, he's never really, really grasped the team and taken everything and be that guy. It's not easy. I know it's not easy, especially when you play for Ivory Coast, especially with our history of great players that's played for us. But for him, he has never done it. So I don't think, even at home in our own country, he's going to grasp the opportunity and actually deliver for the first time. I don't think it will be him. I don't think so. I can't agree.
Wow, ye of little faith.
I know my players. I expect better. I come from that rich town.
So you believe more in a guy that plays in the Saudi league than a guy that plays still in
yes, because the guy that plays in the Saudi league is still a very good top quality player.
Premier League thing.
I'm not talking bro. This isn't a Premier League thing, bro. I'm talking about the Turkish league and the other league. This nothing to do with the Prem. There's not even a player in the Prem that we're discussing here, Bizo.
That attitude is the attitude that Premier League fans bring. That we don't know the league, we don't know this.
So and Bizo, wait, and Bizo, I'm gonna ask you this question because don't kill yourself on this Saudi league. Don't let this Saudi league be the one that you defend because that league is. No, it is because the quality of the league stinks, bro.
But the player himself,
the quality stinks.
That's what I'm trying to make for you. When you are a quality player, you are a quality player. Do you know a player called Rainford Calabar? Do you know that?
No,
player?
Tell me about it.
Player that played most of his career in Democratic Republic of Congo. Can you name 2 teams in the league of Democratic Republic of Congo? But Rainford Calabar is a legend of African football. He's a legend on the continent, despite having played in a league that you would consider poor. In fact, it's even poorer than the Saudi league. But that is not definitive of the quality of the players that play.
What did he do as an international player? This player,
he won AFCON.
No, I'm asking. I wanted you to educate the audience now.
He won AFCON.
And me. Sorry.
You know, so the point I'm trying to make is that maybe all of those things apply in Europe, you see, but they don't apply to Africans because you also have to remember that many of our players do not have a choice of where they play. A player like Kessie does, of course, but we all know that he went there to secure the bag. Things weren't going as well as he would have liked them to go. So there's all these circumstances that surround that. But when you are a player, you are a player. You think people are saying the same thing about Cristiano Ronaldo because he's in Saudi Arabia? Most people are saying, oh, wow, he's still a legend. He's this age, scoring goals. Because when you are quality, you are quality. Sadio Mane is the same thing. I dare someone to say they don't fear Saudi coming into the league, into the AFCON, because he's playing in the Middle East. You will learn from
Bizo, I hear what you're saying. And I don't believe personally what's his name? Kessie's in the same caliber of professionalism as the Sadio Manes and the Ronaldos. I'm not saying this is happening, but in my eyes, there's a possibility of this happening in the Saudi league. It's not a definite thing. That's why I asked him the question rather than assume the answer. In terms of you could go over there and just get lost up in the glitz and glamour and the money that you're making. So the intensity of the way you trained when you were in a competitive team versus that league might drop. Seeing your teammates not at the high level, you might think, let me down tools a little bit. And then you might not be able to just turn it on for this 1 month tournament and then go. Do you go? That's why I'm asking it rather than if you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So I don't know because I don't know if Kessie is still motivated to turn up to a tournament for a whole 1 month after being sprayed with cash on cash on cash and being pampered in that Saudi league. Yeah. If he does, then kudos to him. But I think it is a question. It's a valid question, bro.
But as well,
I think that. Sorry. Go on.
I was going to say to counter that as well, Nigerian Englishmen. There are players who do not play well for their club, but play magnificently for their national team. So you never know. He might have Exactly so. So you never know with Kessie. Just because he's playing in the Saudi league doesn't mean he's a great player. He's not a great player, because he is. We know the quality of him. He decided to go there because it suits his lifestyle. He's a Muslim man. The opportunity to play in an Islamic state is a very good opportunity not to turn down. And on top of that, he is a player that was at Barcelona. It never worked out, but he was also a magnificent player at AC Milan, and his qualities, and he's a player that can be purchased at another top club and probably be successful there. But he chose to go Saudi Arabia.
And that's also a very good example of it, because sorry to interrupt you, Everett Spice. Just to add to your point, is that we've seen a lot of players even go to places like China, go to China and then come back, come back to greater European leagues. So yeah, that's all I wanted to spice there. Sorry, continue.
Cool. Tell me the player. Who? Carrasco.
For example.
I knew you were going to say that guy. I knew it. But you know what, guys? Anyone that's watching the show now on the replay, the last 5-minute segment just shows you why it's important not to shut down people's opinions and just open up discussion, because at the end of the day, opinions are opinions. But if you have one, be able to back it with some context. And I believe everyone on the panel, with all their opinions, have backed out with context. Don't just be throwing out statements and getting offended and emotional. If you have an opinion, just be willing to back it up with context, or be willing to take abuse because you can't back it up with context. That's the reality of it. It is what it is, guys, right? Let's be honest. So I think we're all quite confident in terms of that group when it comes to Nigeria and Ivory Coast, that they're most likely going to top the group, barring a surprise or some sort of catastrophe. But I'm going to go through all the groups one by one and have everyone go around and pick the top two in a second. But I just wanted to read through the list of what Al Jazeera have listed as the players to watch, and I wanted to know if it sounds about right for the panel, and if there's any other players that we don't know about or this list hasn't mentioned that you think people should be scouting out or be excited to see. So obviously, number one, the best African player potentially ever, definitely one of the best players in the world for the last 6 years. He's definitely someone that a lot of fans kind of underappreciated, but if you saw how his old team performed last season, you'll really be able to see how much of an impact he had on the forward line, which expressed on the rest of the team. And it is Sadio Mane that I'm talking about, because for me, I believe before he left Liverpool, he was better than Mohamed Salah. As after that, everything's up for debate. Bayern didn't go as planned and stuff like that. So I believe he was a player that Liverpool could have done without less than Mohamed Salah. But who knows, man? Let's see what Klopp ends up doing this season, and maybe that might be a little bit of an argument. We'll see. But there's still a lot of football to play. So we got Mane. We also got the Egyptian king, who also gets abused in terms of if he had a Sanchez or a Portuguese surname, maybe he'd be praised and lauded in the world of football a lot more. But no one can ever deny Mohamed Salah's class, no matter what. I think that the worst statement any commentator can make when Liverpool are playing is, "We've not seen Salah yet in this game." That's like, okay, hello, make I remind you I did here because you've said it. And then he does something in 2-3 minutes, the game's won. Like, it's so typical. It's fucking annoying right now, to be honest, because he's been doing it back to back to back to back. And I hoped it would be that one season wonder, but you can't. The numbers don't lie, bro. Like, at the end of the day, no matter what you want to say about the guy, that's one area where the numbers really do not lie, and you just got to deal with it. So that's Salah. Also, we've got the likes of Victor Osimhen. I mean, African Player of the Year. Led Napoli to their first Scudetto in, I think, was it 35 years or something? I'm not sure. Yeah, well, since Maradona, and we saw how they repaid him in their social media, but that's a different conversation. So he's definitely highlighted to light out the tournament. I'm going to single him out in a bit. A guy that I'm still crying about. Would have only cost my club 35 million. But no, Kai Havertz is a better option, apparently. We got Mohamed Kudus, who's lighting up the Premier League right now, exactly how people that have watched him in the past thought he would. We've got Yusuf El Nassiri for Morocco. I've not watched too much about him, but I saw him give City a lot of problems in that Super Cup at the start of the season as well. This one, I don't know how the panel's going to feel about this one. I know one member of the panel, actually 2 members of the panel will be interested to hear it. Oh, Nana. Look what you done started. Oh, Nana. So Nana's on the list as a player to watch. I don't know if that's for banter or they actually think that he's a player to watch. But let's be honest, going to Manchester United has tarnished his reputation. The reality is he's not as bad as the situation is making him look. And for him as an African man, I hope he can just go back with his national team, get some love, put together a few string of good performances, and then go back to stinking up the place at United. But yeah, big up Andre Onana. We got Riyad Mahrez at Algeria, always a threat. The older he gets, the wiser he gets. Super intelligent player. City looked like they were going to miss him, but Pep is Pep, and he does Pep things. I don't know why this player is on the list. I think Al Jazeera, when they just did maybe a Google search of players that have once upon a time been good, because for some reason Pepe is a player to watch. I don't know if he's doing anything in the league he's in right now, but I don't know. But I've not heard him on anyone's tongue this season.
To be honest with you, and this is no offense to Al Jazeera, incredible outlet, but these are these are so
stereotyped. Like the fact,
these are names that will be recognized. These aren't names to look out for.
Yeah, they're not trying. I can tell this list, they're not trying. Yeah, they're just like, oh, who do they know?
Of course, Osimhen and Salah and Mane. I mean, that's not something that needs to be
Onana.
And Onana.
Yeah, exactly. Throw Onana, it just, okay, you guys are taking the piss. Like, come on, this guy's not on form. Like, come on, bro.
Like, for example, the one that Ola came up with and spoke about, Calvin Bassett. These are players who are less household names and more actually names that you need to look out for. People who need to perform in order for their team to do well, whether their profile is high or not. So those names are kind of lazy. They're correct, but they're lazy.
100% lazy. So, what players? This is to the whole panel. Is there players that you guys have highlighted that you want to see maybe raise their game or carry their team or see how they perform on a more competitive stage? Is there any standout players that you guys would like to bring to the table to discuss? Akpos is nodding his head.
I think Guirassy, the Stuttgart striker, I heard he's injured now, but hopefully he gets back soon. I would love to see what he can do because he's tearing it up in Germany, but we need. Like most now, this clause I think it's 15 million, but people are still skeptical about getting him. So this is an opportunity for him to show that yes, I am the real deal, and anyone coming to get me is getting a very good player. That's one of the players I'm liking to watch in the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of the guys who have just switched allegiance, especially with these North African guys, with the Moroccans and the Algerians, they have a lot to prove. There tends to be this idea that, oh, you come from Europe, you were French born, so you must be a quality player, and you're obviously going to do well in Africa.
Yeah, Zidane, you must be Zidane and Benzema.
Yeah,
basically.
Africa is not for small boys, my boy. AFCON is not for small boys. You need to be mentally prepared. You need to be technically prepared, physically prepared. The quality of the game is high, and the aggression, the desire of the players, the pressure on the pitch, the quality or lack thereof of the refereeing. There's a lot of things that you deal with on the continent that you don't deal with in Europe. So I think a lot of these young North African kids have a lot to prove. But who I need to see do well, no matter how well Zambia does. I need to see my boy Patson Daka show once again that he's an elite striker in the world.
Wait, what club is he at now? What club is he at now?
Leicester.
He's still at Leicester. He's still there.
Yeah.
How Leicester have disrespected that boy. That boy should have been starting week in, week out from the moment he arrived. And who started with this nonsense is that guy who's now doing funny things there at Chelsea. I used to like him, and then he started disrespecting Daka, the Argentine Pochettino.
Really?
Excuse me. No, I'm confusing him.
Brandon Rogers.
Brendan, yeah, Brendan. It's Brendan.
The former manager.
Brendan Rodgers.
The other fraud, not this Chelsea fraud. The other fraud, yeah.
The other fraud. Sorry. But look, this is a player for me. He was extremely prolific at Salzburg. Outrageously prolific at Salzburg, and at every level, whether he was playing in Europe or domestically. And then when he got to Leicester, he was being benched for guys who, look, I know, your Vardys and so on, these are club legends, but Daka has everything. And every time he would come off the bench, he would bang. Literally almost every time. They wouldn't play him, wouldn't start him. He comes off the bench, he plays, he bangs. Okay? It's a little bit of kind of what happens to Trossard. He benches, he comes on, he makes a difference because there's a guy they call Brazilian whose passport must be kept, who's playing on that left wing. But anyway, so I think he's a player for me who really needs to be watched and can do really well. But there's a few guys.
Can Martinelli get one night off? Can he get one night off in Bizo? Just one night now. Free the boy now.
Not while
another player, I think, the West Ham defender, I think, Agued. I think the West Ham defender.
I think he's a decent defender. He's
a decent defender. And now seeing him on the African stage, hopefully he can show more that, yes. And I just think this is an opportunity for a lot of players to show what they can offer. And to put themselves in the market. This is January, that's how we do. People are looking for players to sign. The likes of United, we need to sign like 10 players now, but we are signing no one. But regardless, you need to show and prove that, yes, I am really good enough, not just for the club side, but also for the country side.
Edu, better get your ass to AFCON, no. Better enter there, chap. Edu, I want to go and secure one of these guys that play in League 1. Box to box something, I beg. Sharp, before the end of this month. What is this? Sorry, Ola, continue.
Well, for me, I want to talk about the wingers for the Super Eagles, and I want to start with Samuel Chukwueze.
Oh, why are you trying to irritate me tonight? So why must you?
There is a reason I need to talk about Samuel Chukwueze because this is one player.
Most frustrating footballer.
The way you are feeling now, that's the way a lot of Nigerians feel about Samuel Chukwueze. One game, we see a player who we know has got top quality.
World beater.
Is beating defenders left, right, center, taking wicked shots. In another game, we see a different player who does not have anything going well for him in the game. So I think like this is a big stage.
He'll turn into Andros Townsend.
Bro, I think this is a big opportunity for him to actually, improve and actually stake a claim to a permanent chance with this national team right now. Because I'm looking at the other younger guys that are coming. You have a Nathan Teller who is showing that, okay, I want to be knocking at the door in the next couple of years. You have Gift Urban and a lot of other wingers. So for me, I think like the wingers we are taking into this competition, for me, they really need to step up. Because every time we've done well at the African Cup of Nations, we've had wingers tearing teams apart. At the last AFCON, we had Simon Moses, who I felt like it was the one that made a lot of things tick for us at that competition. A lot of teams will be looking to, double up on him and all of that. But another player also, I don't really want to talk more about Simon Moses because it's somebody who's been there in the national team setup for a while. Another player I also want to talk about is Ademola Lookman. This is the player out there at Atlanta, week in, week out.
And he needs to step up because we've just lost another attacker this week.
Exactly. Week in, week out for Atalanta is putting up top-tier performance week in, week out. And I see Ademola Lookman play for the Super Eagles. I'm seeing a different player. So I think he has gotten enough time to adapt to the system, adapt to the team, get more used to the team. So going into this AFCON, I don't think there is there's any excuse left for him. I think he needs to go out there and perform. He needs to go out there and stake a claim for a permanent shirt also with the Super Eagles. So for me, I think Samuel Chukwueze, Ademola Lookman, this is going to be a very big competition for them. They really need to go out there and make us proud. And also, Alexi Iwobi. I think going into the last African Cup of Nations, Alexi Iwobi was not really looked more like a midfielder. But from that AFCON in Cameroon up until this moment, a lot of people say like, okay, yes, there's the midfielder, you understand, in there. And we've been seeing him do very well for Fulham since he moved from Everton. Even before moving from Everton, the last part of his
they should just call up Curtis Jones. Join them now.
The last part of his Everton career, he did very well playing in the midfield under Frank Lampard, and we've seen what he could do playing in the midfield also with no Wilfred Ndidi. I think like he's also one of the senior guys in that midfield also, because if you look like a player like Yusuf Alced coming from Royal Antwerp, this is his first call up to the Super Eagles. He's more like a debutant. So for me, I think there's going to be a lot of burden on Alex Iwobi's shoulder. I think the other AFCON, he went with the likes of John Obi Mikel. There were other senior players in that team. I think now he is a senior player in this team. So these guys really need to go out there. And I think there are no people they need to look up to. Other players are looking up to them now. So they need to actually go there and step up for the team.
And I think, sorry to touch on Alex Iwobi, I think he's one of the creative outlets we have, because we don't have a lot of creativity in our midfield. So that's why
this is making me cry, man.
He is very, very important for us in this tournament. Like you said,
oh my gosh, this is who we're forcing ourselves to get excited about. And oh my god, what is this now? What has our team become now?
We didn't talk about all of these areas because, going into the last AFCON, the likes of Alex Iwobi, we're still looking at a player who did not, Yes. But how many AFCON has he?
No, he's a senior man now in the squad, though. He's a senior man. Let's be honest. You're right.
So you are one of the senior players, right? So you are one of the senior players. So the other younger players who are going there for the first time will be looking up to you for inspiration.
Yes.
So guys,
there's one player that has to step up. I don't know if there's one player that is non-negotiable that this player steps up in this tournament. It's non-negotiable, or I don't want to see him in our setup again. Senior man, Kelechi. He has to.
Yeah, but
he has to. He's been part of the squad for a while now. He has to step up. The players have to step up because, as you said, we don't know what's going on with our board, our coaching unit. The players have to maybe hold one of those private meetings, like, guys. We guys do this for our country. Yeah. Nobody day. The president don't just pay us all our bonus. So no excuses about payment again. Let's just go out and play football and have fun and bring back some happiness to our country. Do you get me, man? That's literally how we have to approach it.
But with Kelechi, I think he still has Victor Osimhen that is in fine form.
No. Look, Ola, Osimhen is gonna do what Osimhen does. Let's be honest, bro. And we missed him massively last time. But Kelechi has to help him out, bro. He has to be the link.
True. He is very important. But I think with the midfield, we don't have a lot of midfield. I think we are taking just 6.
So even more so for Kelechi, he needs to try and find a way to be that kind of second striker /10 to pull the strings.
We need players that will create a lot of chances for us. And I think Kelechi is one of them. Iwobi is one of them. They need to be on top of their game if we want to perform really well in this AFCON tournament.
And to add to what you guys were saying, this is the main reason, if you noticed, I was touching more on the wingers. Because I don't think, looking at the players we have right now, I don't really put a lot of hope in that midfield. I think our strength, we need to play to our strength now. And our strength, for me, I think it lies on the wings and through the middle.
Overall, I think I'm just excited about AFCON coming around again. The fact that another AFCON has come around, and again, we're winning again. We've got even more television coverage of the game, so it's even more people are going to have a chance to watch the game. And I just hope this tournament really opens the eyes to those Africans that have dual nationality, that are thinking, let me go and play for the European team or the South America. You're the European team. Let me go and just play for them. It's a chance for them to sit back, watch a tournament, which we hopefully run really, really well, which we have some exciting situations. And I hope some players who are not even on the radar get some big moves where they're in the spotlight again as a result of this tournament. I'd love to see it so we can encourage the likes of people like Olise, who's not pledged his allegiance just yet. There's not a reason why I picked him. Also, other players that are on the verge where they don't know what their nationality is. Look, what I can guarantee you players that are considering playing for your African country, just know that there's nothing that these European teams can give you that these African countries can't give you 10 times over, because just performing for these African nations means a lot more to us, and we'll treat you like kings. Like, I won't lie to you, when the reaction I saw when Iwobi came here for the first time when I was over here was crazy. I was like, is this the same Iwobi that is like a what? Because look, at the end of the day, they appreciate it, and this the English national team are not going to appreciate players. You give them 2 caps and then they're gone. Can you imagine if Tomori would pick Niger? How much more excited we would be about going into this tournament right now? Do you get what I'm saying? So I hope that start with in the squad. He might have even been made captain by now. See you in the squad. Hey, do you know what I'm saying? So I hope this encourages more players to pick their home countries to represent, so the tournaments can get even more and more explosive. And then we can start talking about things like a Nigerian team in a World Cup final. And I mean, not a Nigerian team, sorry, an African team. I'm sorry. In a World Cup final.
To add to that point, I think that you made, Nigel, I think this is an important point from a larger perspective than just the football. One of the reasons that these players are so loved the way that they're loved, whether they're coming from Europe or they are, from the continent, like a Samuel Eto'o, like a JJ Okocha, is because they also signify, they also illustrate or the overcoming of so many obstacles that many of our people experience, that people in Europe do not have to go through. Many of these kids that end up in these academies and so on, and maybe the football doesn't go quite as they planned in Europe, they're still okay. They still have grown up in an infrastructure in a country where they can go and get another job. I know that there's been a lot of issues about mental health and so on, and the sort of the mental health of these players when they're cut from academies and they have little opportunities in football. But in life terms, they are okay. Whereas many of our stars, many of our people, if football doesn't work out, where do they go? What happens? What becomes of them? And I think
it's the only plan they have.
It's the only plan they have. Right? And the things that they have to get through to become those players, it means so much more to us that they can rise above those obstacles and become who they are, because they don't only become icons of the game, they become ambassadors of the nation, they become ambassadors of our culture, they become well-known all over the planet, and they bring prestige and dignity and honor to us in a world that's not designed for us and that often looks down on us. So these players for us they're not just footballers. They're not just footballers,
bro. And to add to what you said, Mbizio, these guys are a huge symbol of hope for Africans.
Symbol of hope. Symbol of hope.
Powerful stuff.
It's different. Yeah, man. Listen, come and play.
Man.
You can play for Le Bleu, and then you do badly, and then they find another black to replace you.
But that's the reality, bro. That's the reality.
That's what happens at times,
bro. That's how Thomas Lamar was one player. Then they don't replace him with Coman. Then Marshall was here. They don't replace him with this guy. They just
find another refugee. It's fine. You move.
Everybody, we go collect a few 100,000 next year. No problem.
Can I say something here since we're talking about this? Can we remember the period where Alexi Iwobi had that dip in form?
Yeah.
What happens if he had made the choice to play for the Three Lions instead of the Super Eagles? What would happen by now?
Bro, he'd be doing an interview right now about depression. That's what would be happening. And he'd be playing in League 3 or something like that.
I just did not want to mention that player you made reference to. That was
why that's why I also didn't mention a name, just a scenario that
you understand.
Like being
all
in
right.
the streets of Lagos, going to like to the rural areas, you see people that they love the art of football. Like they see these players as their heroes, as their role models, as people they are looking up to becoming in future, and that also will give them more confidence that I can get to that level if I keep doing the work I am doing. To see players like this achieving the feat for the country, and that's why. So if I should touch on something, that's why I am pissed that at Onana for staying at United, wanting to play the Tottenham game. You should be in Cameroon.
That's crazy. Hey,
Cameroon.
Nana, you better win this game, but even still.
We don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, even still. Yeah.
You guys,
you're right. You're right. I hope they lose. Fuck Man U. Sorry.
And like, if he makes a mistake in that game, then what? Why did you stay?
Voila.
Yeah. What his country's going to take him back?
Calls you, bro. You should always turn up for your country.
Nah, he's creating an unnecessary problem for himself.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
But so is Cameroon. But so is Cameroon. They're pandering to him. They're pandering to him. Okay, the first one I understand. You're trying to be open. You're trying to say
that FA Cup, Abi, but the second one is stupid.
Yeah, no, but the second one, and then you don't show up for against Guinea.
And now Guinea. And you're one of the senior players. One of the senior players. One of the senior players. What kind of examples are you setting for the younger ones?
This guy, bro. It's like they've taken his family hostage, and he has to say yes and go, or they're going to do something. If he you must just say he doesn't want to go and let the saga.
You get, as in, if you're going to come back from retirement, come back properly now. Don't be half in, half out. Now go all the way or not at all. Now
that's also testament to the structure in some of these countries. They worship some of these players because they play for United or play for big teams in Europe.
They probably dropped them a little bit of bonus money for it or something.
Yes,
someone definitely got paid for this to happen. Facts. Facts.
Absolutely.
You should be out of the squad if you are not turning up for your team when they
Exactly.
Yeah, who do you think you are? You're coming in late, bro. Yeah, you should be benched for that. Is he crazy, bro? Is he mad? Nah, I'm actually angry now. Nah, you lot have got me heated, bro. Fuck with now. What's he on, bro? Get himself to AFCON, man.
You know what upset me?
Any excuse to hate on a Man U player, bro.
My thing that upset me personally is that despite all the abuse,
you heard that, yeah?
And my evidence is here. Akbos, you're in the group. You guys, Niger Englishman, Ivern Spice, you guys are in the group. You guys see how often and how passionately I defend him. You guys have seen how much I've defended him. I've said, okay, the guy's struggling this, but then, when the Europeans come down on him, I've been there to say, no, wait a minute. He played well here. Wait a minute here. African hero. And then he turns his back. You see, because this is the thing that hurts, is that I feel like I have always stood behind him. But where's the reciprocation? And I'm not even Cameroonian. So imagine how his people are feeling in Cameroon to see that he's treating them this way. Imagine how his teammates must be feeling, not only to see him doing this, but to see that the FA is also allowing him to do this. These are the kinds of things that can derail team morale.
It's basically just play for a big club and you can do what you want. That's basically what they're saying. Literally, and that's a bad precedent.
It's not even the Champions League final. It's not even the final of the
tournament. As in what any...
It's just Tottenham.
Spurs of all teams as well. One dead team like this.
When he comes, they should ask him to get water. When he comes, they should ask him to get water for the real players.
Live, all of them, fools. But guys, obviously, it's been a great show and we're coming to a close. Louis, with some news here, Umar Sadiq is out of the tournament and Cyril Dessers on standby. I don't really know too much about this Dessers guy. I saw him in a couple of friendlies, but he's a bit meh. A bit meh for me. But guys, just to close the show, I'm just going to go through the groups, go through each group by group, and then we'll kind of get a vote on which two countries you think are going to go through. So obviously Group A, we picked Nigeria and Ivory Coast. I think everyone's in agreement on that one, yeah? Okay, Group B is Cape Verde, Egypt, Ghana, and Mozambique. I'm going to kick this one off. I'm going to go with Egypt and Ghana.
I go with the same. Egypt and Ghana.
Does anyone debate those two countries, Egypt and Ghana, to go through in that group?
Nah, I don't think so. Ghana
is a strange one, I know.
Ghana might do funny things, but obviously on a regular day, you expect Ghana to go.
Yeah, quarter of my eye is on Ghana. Ghana, my eye day for you, man. Quarter of it. Only when Nigeria gets knocked out, sharp. But anyway, Group C, we have Cameroon, Gambia, Guinea, and Senegal. I think this is going to be an easy one, but I'll start with Ivorian Spice for this one. Which are the two winners of going through in Group
C? The favorites, Senegal and Cameroon.
Cameroon, yeah. Ola?
Yeah, same, Senegal and Cameroon, but I am expecting some countries to give us like
some upsets. There will always be some upsets. Let's not get twisted. There will always be.
I think Gambia will be the surprise in that group.
Yeah.
But on
Okay,
paper,
okay.
it's Cameroon and Senegal.
Any debates from Akpos or Mbizo on the two that are going through in that one, Cameroon and Senegal?
No.
No debate.
Well. Actually, I think because of the whole hoopla that's gone on, and for the fact that these guys, their minds aren't on focus and they're busy pandering to a guy who has no interest in the team, I think Cameroon catches a beating from Guinea.
Remember where you heard it first.
Talking.
Remember where you heard
Cameroon
it first.
catches a beating from the silly nation.
All right.
Don't worry. I think Vincent Abubakar will have a good tournament.
Vincent is still he's still playing, yeah.
He's still
Big
playing.
Vinny, Big Vin, jeez, my man.
Is he turning 23?
Yeah. 20. No, I think 24 this year. 24 this year. It's 24. So Group D is Algeria, Angola, Burkina Faso, and Mauritania. This is a bit of a. I think we're all gonna say Algeria will get through.
Mm-hmm.
The second team, though, I'm gonna go Burkina Faso. You guys, man.
Yeah, Burkina Faso, yeah.
Who's the other
Does
team
anyone
that's in there?
I'm sorry, which group are we on?
Angola and Mauritania.
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 Mauritania, yeah.
So sorry, who are the four teams? Burkina Faso,
Angola, Algeria, Mauritania, and Burkina Faso.
Yeah, no, I think Algeria and Burkina go through, but expect a fight from Mauritania. People don't think they can play, but those guys, I don't know if it's civil war or what, but those guys are hard. Those guys, they're not just gonna come and die.
They're gonna lie down. Okay. Mali, Namibia, South Africa, Tunisia. Mbizo, you gonna lead this one. Who gonna qualify? Hey.
You know, me, I'm not.
So the first time I've seen you down in this whole stream. Look at this.
I'm not Akpos. I look out for my mental health. I don't have the strength.
Your chest is inside for this one,
no,
Abi.
I don't have it. I don't have it in me anymore.
Come
I've grown up with them abusing me. I've grown up with hoping and just being abused. And I've gone back. I've gone back like a needy boyfriend. Listen, you know, it's pain. Can we? We can. Will we? I don't think so. Maybe as third place runner-up, right? There's that whole deal going on. But Mali is top. Mali's top. They're going to win the group. Yeah. No question asked. Tunisia. The problem with Tunisia is they know how to win. They're like the Argentines. Yeah. They don't have to play well. It doesn't have to be a spectacular carpet football, but they will win. They will nag the referee. They will kick your shins. They will stop the clock and they'll score one goal and shut it down. They will shut it down. So I don't think we'll come in first or second. If we make it to the second round, it's because we got lucky and got the third place position, which we are good enough to do.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna go with Mali and Tunisia as well. I don't know if anyone has anything different.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Mali and South Africa. I don't know why.
Do you know what? Hold on, Staffy. Do you know what? I thought I did think of you, but I just didn't think you were going to be covering the tournament. That's my bad, Staffy. But we're going to be doing a bag of shows during the tournament, so definitely, hopefully, to get you on, man. I want to hear your predictions for Egypt.
And when he comes, he must listen. When he comes, he must listen.
Like I said, I'll go for Mali and South Africa. I just feel like I want South Africa to come back to what they've been when it comes to Africa.
I don't want. It's not what you want, or like what do you predict? It's not a wanting type.
Yes, so that is why I am sticking with Mali and South Africa. I think Pesitao is going to be a very important figure in the South African team, and maybe it can spark them to doing something great in the tournament. Hopefully, but I think I'll stick with South Africa and Mali.
I'm going with the boys in Mali, bro. That's what I'm gonna say, bro.
Mali and who?
The boys, bro.
The boys. Okay, sorry. My bad. Akpos, any different?
You know there should be difference with me now. Some people need to go through pain. It's not invisible, but my South African brothers need to go through pain. And I've been preparing them for the pain in the group, in the WhatsApp group. You understand? I've been telling them some of the things to expect.
Yeah, they're still in denial, Shay.
The business already said some already. about that Tunisian team because they know how to win, but they will not play good football. You understand? They know how to win in the dark hearts and the dark ways. I think they are the masters of it.
Definitely. They did a number on us last time. Don't you remember?
Exactly. And I've watched their club sides do it time over time. They would not play beautiful football, but they will win. They know how to manage games. I think their game management skills is top there when it comes to winning these cup competitions and going far, even when they are not playing the best of football. So for me, I think it's going to be very difficult for South Africa to actually get out of that group. But yes, they could also go out there and surprise a lot of people. So for me personally, I want them to surprise me, but I will not be tipping them to get out of the group.
You never know, they might bring back the Ajinga football. Ajinga. You never know
now. I don't want them to get out of the group.
Mbizo is not buying it. He's not buying the bait.
I have personal beef with my South African brothers, not Mbizo per se, but my South African brothers.
Mbizo, Adim, what do you mean? Adim is involved in the beef day. Adim.
It's very realistic, and it's not been the one firing shots at the Super Eagles.
No, but it's all the other shots they fire throughout the year. Just Adim.
Why we can't really hard him? Mbizo is on both sides. The Super
But Mbizo is doing this United color of Emirates. He won't wear every flag. He won't wear every flag, Abi. I beg you.
He's Pan-African.
No, I hate it when he gives me that answer. I'm a Pan-African. I don't rep anyone. I rep us all. Shut up there. Pick a side, nigga. Pick a side.
So for me, I think Mali tops the group. Tunisia comes second for me, but I'll be tipping South Africa to potentially get out of the group as the best losers.
The way he even said it, the best losers. Oh, Akos,
he had to spice it by calling us losers.
Yes, he had to. Akos, now you've been doing this YouTube thing for too long. You don't explode on these guys.
He's just been attacking.
Pause. It's our time. It's good because you did attack for the year. Just be bringing up our Brazilian name for no reason. John, come on, yes, you heard me. Even when Martinelli has not, we're doing an AFCON stream, and Mbizo found a way to involve a South American. That's how you know the agenda is agended. But anyway, last but not least, Group F, we've got DR Congo, Morocco, Tanzania, and Zambia. Sorry, Ola, let's kick that one off. Tough group, I think.
I think
it's one of the hardest
groups. I think Morocco top is good. I feel like they are playing.
We're in phase 419, Staffy. They have fraudulent phase. That's the phase.
They have a lot of good players, but I think I will be going for DR Congo to come second. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling about them that maybe they can do something. So I will be going for Morocco and DR Congo. I don't know where that's coming from, but I think DR Congo has a chance to get something.
You know what? Because Zambia does have a chance as well to go through.
Zambia has a big chance.
Yes, they do. They do.
And they're a weird team, man. They can pull out some results, but they can be difficult to score against Zambia.
I know how it feels. I played them in the final. We lost again.
Yeah, we remember. You were supposed to win that one. You were supposed to win.
Yeah, I know. We're supposed to win that one. We were meant to win the one before that and the one before that. I don't know. I know.
The spices weren't spicing that time, you know.
Too many finals, my guys. Too many finals in the last 15 years.
Moving like LeBron James, bro.
Yeah,
gotta get the chips, bro. But Akpos, what are you saying? Who you seeing through in that group?
I think that one is going to be a very close one, and I'm really it seems like I'm between the devil and the deep blue, saying which team is going to come out second. We all agree that it's definitely going to be Morocco tops the group. But I think Zambia is not going to be a pushover for anybody, even for Morocco in that group. So I think it's going to be a very close one. It's very difficult for me to pick a side on who's going to come out second.
So I knew the politician would creep its way out at least once on the show. I asked you for an answer. Give me an answer about these very difficult. Is that an answer?
I would go with Congo. I have some Congolese friends. I'll go
Congo. Okay, Congo, Morocco. He's trying to please the masses. Hey, yeah, that was a smart move there, man. Yeah. But Mbizo, what you said?
I feel like DRC is going to be impotent. They're going to be disappointing. They're going to play below their level, which is something they often do. And Zambia, who actually often does the opposite, which is play above their level. I think when those two factors meet, Zambia is going to sneak past. It won't be easy. Might be one of those things that comes down to the last day, looking at the numbers, goal difference, whatever the case might be. But Zambia is going to sneak through.
Okay. I'm going to go with Morocco and Zambia too. So that's all of us predicted up. I'm going to try and clip that little segment there. So come the end of the tournament, we'll see, or come for the next stage of the tournament, we'll see who's right. Then we'll do another prediction show to see who can go through to the next round, and so on and so on. Big up the panel. Are any of you doing any AFCON shows this week? Any watch-alongs or anything like that you'd like the audience to know about? Ivorian Spice, Akbros, Mr. CB, that's your CBS. You got to tell us something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, go ahead.
Opening ceremony. You're doing a watch-along for the opening ceremony, yeah?
For Ivory Coast, of course. All of Ivory Coast's games, I will be doing my watch-alongs, and especially when we get to the latter stage, if we're still not there, if we happen to not be there, I will be doing watch-along for the important games. Most likely, because I have a lot of Nigerian followers, I'll probably be doing more, maybe Nigerian watch-alongs after. If Ivory Coast don't go all the way.
See, his madam make him do that one. His madam, they force him to do that one. He did talk followers. Yeah, I got loads of followers. Mr. Man, your madam go make you watch the game. See you. Don't front on this channel, though.
No, I'm not fronting. I have a lot of Nigerian followings. If I show you my algorithm, it's you guys who support me more.
It's not just about the following. Don't try to paint this thing.
Leave him. I know what he's trying to do here. Bro, you'll be watching it because you want to watch our game. So stay there, talk about following our followers. You know now.
I have to please the
Giants.
masses.
When the Giants speak, you go watch, you go answer.
Hopefully, I'll be at the Stoners TV studio for a couple of the games.
We don't believe you again, Ola. You be fraud, though. Until we see you for studio. Until we see you.
Most likely on Sunday for the first game, I should be there for the first game, and I'll be having some of my.
These are the two words he said. Most likely, I should. Are you hearing that sentence, guys? Most likely, I should. Does that sound like he's coming to anybody here? Most likely, I don't know. I don't agree with that one. No.
I don't know because it depends. If Manchester United lose on that day on Sunday, we'll see.
I will be there for the. Now I'm saying it. I will be there for Nigeria.
Hey! Comment section. If you don't see him in any of the match reactions, make sure you call him out, guys.
Be there for the first game on Sunday, and also I will be putting out my own content, like street content about interviewing my fans.
Make sure you bring your both shirts, man. You they play for that day too, so we'll see. Bring both shirts.
I'm on break for my.
No, we must enjoy both games together as a collective.
Both.
I'm focusing on Nigeria, and I think the fact that Onana is playing that game, I don't think I want to watch it. So let me just stick with my Nigeria, and hopefully they don't fall my hand. I just hope they don't make me feel sad.
That's a big prayer. We're all doing it together. In fact, we might even do a prayer stream just before that game. We do a live stream prayer for the nation. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure on the show. Definitely catch this panel throughout the next month for AFCON. You'll find different panelists on different days. We're going to do reactions, previews, reviews, all that sort of stuff.
Why are you leaving me out? Am I not allowed to say where I'm
wait. And Bizo, like there was something special I had for you, but you've interrupted me now. Because CBS gets different outro than the rest now. Do you get how I mean? Our budget is different for that CBS B. Yeah, I mean the budget's different. The budget sits different.
And then what starts to happen, people say, he changed. He changed.
Well, the diva attitude not letting me finish kind of shows it. Just saying. Okay, so Mr. CBS, I was going to talk about you've got something big for them coming tomorrow, but as you interrupted me, you tell us about it. What have you got coming, Mbizo?
You know what I don't like is this the new motto for Nigerians in 2024. What is it? No grief with
We
nobody.
no grief for anybody. No grief for anybody.
2024, no grief for anybody.
No grief for anybody.
So that's why my woman's her vibes just changed.
Yes, now she no grief.
No,
No, they agree for you too now.
No, they agree again.
All right. Fine.
So yeah, what you got coming up, Mbiza?
No, it's been a beautiful start to the year, and I'm frequently on the air, and so I have a variety of some posts with CBS. You can catch them on YouTube, obviously on Twitter, mostly Twitter, YouTube, and then Facebook, but then also from time to time Instagram as well. But obviously, I'm gonna be with the gents, man. I'm gonna be with the guys, man, on all the streams. So please hit us up.
Awesome, guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's been an absolute pleasure. And enjoy the African nations. Hopefully, Nigeria give us another freestyle football bonanza and gets us to the African nation final. We go see, because this year we no grief for anybody. Have a great day, guys.
Except for when you play in Ivory Coast.
We no grief for you. We go